The International Standard Book Number is a unique numeric commercial book identifier. An ISBN is assigned to each edition and variation of a book. For example, an ebook, a paperback and a hardcover edition of the same book would each have a different ISBN. The ISBN is 13 digits long if assigned on or after the 1st of January 2007, and 10 digits long if assigned before 2007. The method of assigning an ISBN is nation-based and varies from country to country, often depending on how large the publishing industry is within a country. The initial ISBN configuration of recognition was generated in 1967 based upon the 9-digit standard book numbering created in 1966. The 10-digit ISBN format was developed by the International Organization for Standardization and was published in 1970 as International Standard ISO 2108. Occasionally, a book may appear without a printed ISBN if it is printed privately or the author does not follow the usual ISBN procedure. However, this can be rectified later. Another identifier, the International Standard Serial Number, identifies periodical publications such as magazines, and the International Standard Music Number covers for musical scores. History. The Standard Book Numbering Code is a numeric commercial book identifier based upon 9 digits created by Gordon Foster, Emeritus Professor of Statistics at Trinity College, Dublin, for the booksellers and stationers W. H. Smith and others in 1965. The ISBN configuration of recognition was generated in 1967 by David Whitaker and Emery Colte. The 10-digit ISBN format was developed by the International Organization for Standardization and was published in 1970 as International Standard ISO 2108. The United Kingdom continued to use the 9-digit ISBN code until 1974. ISO has appointed the International ISBN Agency as the registration authority for ISBN worldwide, and the ISBN standard is developed under the control of ISO Technical Committee 46, Subcommittee 9 TC 46, SC 9. The ISO online facility only refers back to 1978. An SBN may be converted to an ISBN by prefixing the digit 0. For example, the second edition of Mr. J. G. Reader Returns published by Hodder in 1965 has SBN 340-01381-8 340 indicating the publisher, 01381 as serial number, and 8 being the check digit. This can be converted to ISBN 0-340-01381-8. The check digit does not need to be recalculated. Since the 1st of January 2007, ISBNs have contained 13 digits, a format that is compatible with Bookland European Article Number EAN 13s. Overview. An ISBN is assigned to each edition and variation of a book. For example, an ebook, a paperback, and a hardcover edition of the same book would each have a different ISBN. The ISBN is 13 digits long if assigned on or after the 1st of January 2007, and 10 digits long if assigned before 2007. An International Standard Book Number consists of 4 parts or 5 parts. For a 13-digit ISBN, a prefix element, a GS1 prefix. So far 978 or 979 have been made available by GS1. The registration group element, the registrant element, the publication element, and a checksum character or check digit. A 13-digit ISBN can be separated into its parts, and when this is done it is customary to separate the parts with hyphens or spaces. Separating the parts of a 10-digit ISBN is also done with either hyphens or spaces. Figuring out how to correctly separate a given ISBN number is complicated, because most of the parts do not use a fixed number of digits. How ISBNs are issued. ISBN issuance is country-specific. In that, ISBNs are issued by the ISBN registration agency that is responsible for that country or territory regardless of the publication language. The ranges of ISBNs assigned to any particular country are based on the publishing profile of the country concerned, and so the ranges will vary depending on the number of books and the number, type, and size of publishers that are active. Some ISBN registration agencies are based in national libraries or within ministries of culture and thus may receive direct funding from government to support their services. In other cases, the ISBN registration service is provided by organizations such as bibliographic data providers that are not government-funded. In Canada, ISBNs are issued at no cost with the stated purpose of encouraging Canadian culture. In the United Kingdom, United States, and some other countries, where the service is provided by non-government funded organizations, the issuing of ISBNs requires payment of a fee. Australia. ISBNs are issued by the Commercial Library Services Agency Thorpe Boker, and prices range from $42 for a single ISBN to $2,890 for a block of 1,000 ISBNs. Access is immediate when requested via their website. Brazil. National Library of Brazil, a government agency, is responsible for issuing ISBNs, and there is a cost of 16 reais. Canada. Library and Archives Canada, a government agency, is responsible for issuing ISBNs, and there is no cost. Works in French are issued an ISBN by the Bibliothèque et Archives Nationales du Québec. India. The Raja Ram Mohan Roy Library Foundation, part of the Ministry of Culture, is responsible for registration of Indian publishers, authors, universities, institutions, and government departments that are responsible for publishing books. Italy. The privately held company Edisr SRL, owned by Associazione Italiana Editori, is responsible for issuing ISBNs. The original national prefix 978-88 is reserved for publishing companies, starting at €49 for a 10 codes block, while a new prefix 979-12 is dedicated to self-publishing authors, at a fixed price of €25 for a single code. Pakistan. The National Library of Pakistan is responsible for ISBN registrations for Pakistani publishers, authors, universities, institutions, and government departments that are responsible for publishing books. South Africa. The National Library of South Africa is responsible for ISBN issuance for South African publishing institutions and authors. United Kingdom and Republic of Ireland. The privately held company Nielsen Book Services Limited, part of Nielsen Holdings NV, is responsible for issuing ISBNs in blocks of 10, 100 or 1,000. Prices start from £120 for the smallest block on a standard turnaround of 10 days. United States. In the United States, the privately held company R.R. Boker issues ISBNs. There is a charge that varies depending upon the number of ISBNs purchased, with prices starting at $125 for a single number. Access is immediate when requested via their website. Publishers and authors in other countries obtain ISBNs from their respective national ISBN registration agency. A directory of ISBN agencies is available on the International ISBN Agency website. Registration Group Identifier. The registration group identifier is a 1 to 5-digit number that is valid within a single prefix element. Registration group identifiers have primarily been allocated within the 978 prefix element. The single-digit group identifiers within the 978 prefix element are 0 or 1 for English-speaking countries, 2 for French-speaking countries, 3 for German-speaking countries, 4 for Japan, 5 for Russian-speaking countries, and 7 for People's Republic of China. An example 5-digit group identifier is 99,936 for Bhutan. The allocated group IDs are 0 to 5, 600 to 621, 7, 80 to 94, 950 to 989, 9926, 9989, and 99901, 99976. Books published in rare languages typically have longer group identifiers. Within the 979 prefix element, the registration group identifier 0 is reserved for compatibility with international standard music numbers, but such material is not actually assigned an ISBN. The registration group identifiers within prefix element 979 that have been assigned are 10 for France, 11 for the Republic of Korea, and 12 for Italy. The original 9-digit standard book number had no registration group identifier, but affixing a 0 as a prefix to a 9-digit SBN creates a valid 10-digit ISBN. Registrant element. The National ISBN Agency assigns the registrant element and an accompanying series of ISBNs within that registrant element to the publisher. The publisher then allocates one of the ISBNs to each of its books. In most countries, a book publisher is not required by law to assign an ISBN. However, most bookstores only handle ISBN-bearing merchandise. A listing of more than 900,000 assigned publisher codes is published, and can be ordered in book form. The website of the ISBN agency does not offer any free method of looking up publisher codes. Partial lists have been compiled for the English language groups. Identifier 0 and Identifier 1. Publishers receive blocks of ISBNs, with larger blocks allotted to publishers expecting to need them. A small publisher may receive ISBNs of one or more digits for the registration group identifier, several digits for the registrant, and a single digit for the publication element. Once that block of ISBNs is used, the publisher may receive another block of ISBNs with a different registrant element. Consequently, a publisher may have different allotted registrant elements. There also may be more than one registration group identifier used in a country. This might occur once all the registrant elements from a particular registration group have been allocated to publishers. By using variable block lengths, registration agencies are able to customize the allocations of ISBNs that they make to publishers. For example, a large publisher may be given a block of ISBNs where fewer digits are allocated for the registrant element and many digits are allocated for the publication element. Likewise, countries publishing many titles have few allocated digits for the registration group identifier and many for the registrant and publication elements. Here are some sample ISBN 10 codes, illustrating block length variations. Pattern for English language ISBNs. English language registration group elements are 0 and 1. These two registration group elements are divided into registrant elements in a systematic pattern, which allows their length to be determined as follows. Check digits. A check digit is a form of redundancy check used for error detection, the decimal equivalent of a binary check bit. It consists of a single digit computed from the other digits in the number. The method for the 10-digit code is an extension of that for SBNs. The two systems are compatible, and SBN prefixed with 0 will give the same check digit as without. The digit is base 11, and can be 0 to 9 or X. The system for 13-digit codes is not compatible and will, in general, give a different check digit from the corresponding 10-digit ISBN, and does not provide the same protection against transposition. This is because the 13-digit code was required to be compatible with the EAN format, and hence could not contain an X. ISBN 10 check digits. The 2001 edition of the Official Manual of the International ISBN Agency says that the ISBN 10 check digit, which is the last digit of the 10-digit ISBN must range from 0 to 10, and must be such that the sum of all the 10 digits, each multiplied by its weight, descending from 10 to 1, is a multiple of 11. For example, for an ISBN 10 of 0306406152, formally, using modular arithmetic, we can say, for this example, formally, we can say, the two most common errors in handling an ISBN are a single altered digit or the transposition of adjacent digits. It can be proved that all possible valid ISBN 10s have at least two digits different from each other. It can also be proved that there are no pairs of valid ISBN 10s with 8 identical digits and 2 transposed digits. The ISBN check digit method therefore ensures that it will always be possible to detect these two most common types of error, i.e., if either of these types of error has occurred, the result will never be a valid ISBN. The sum of the digits multiplied by their weights will never be a multiple of 11. However, if the error occurs in the publishing house and goes undetected, the book will be issued with an invalid ISBN. In contrast, it is possible for other types of error, such as 2 altered non-transposed digits, or 3 altered digits, to result in a valid ISBN number. ISBN 10 check digit calculation. Modular arithmetic is convenient for calculating the check digit using modulus 11. Each of the first 9 digits of the 10-digit ISBN, excluding the check digit itself, is multiplied by a number in a sequence from 10 to 2, and the remainder of the sum, with respect to 11, is computed. The resulting remainder, plus the check digit, must equal a multiple of 11. Therefore, the check digit is modulo 11. Taking the remainder modulo 11 a second time accounts for the possibility that the first remainder is 0. Without the second modulo operation, the calculation could end up with 11 to 0 equals 11, which is invalid. For example, the check digit for an ISBN 10 of 0306406115 is calculated as follows. Thus the check digit is 2, and the complete sequence is ISBN 0306406152. The value required to satisfy this condition might be 10. If so, x should be used. It is possible to avoid the multiplications in a software implementation by using 2 accumulators. Repeatedly adding t into s computes the necessary multiples. Returns ISBN error syndrome, 0 for a valid ISBN, non-zero for an invalid one. Digits I must be between 0 and 10. Int Check Isbn, int I, s equals 0, t equals 0, 4, t plus equals digits I, s plus equals t, return s %11. The modular reduction can be done once at the end, as shown above, or s and t could be reduced by a conditional subtract after each addition. ISBN 13 check digit calculation. The 2005 edition of the International ISBN Agency official manual describes how the 13-digit ISBN check digit is calculated. The ISBN 13 check digit, which is the last digit of the ISBN, must range from 0 to 9 and must be such that the sum of all the 13 digits, each multiplied by its weight, alternating between 1 and 3, is a multiple of 10. Formally, using modular arithmetic, we can say, the calculation of an ISBN 13 check digit begins with the first 12 digits of the 13-digit ISBN. Each digit, from left to right, is alternately multiplied by 1 or 3, then those products are summed modulo 10 to give a value ranging from 0 to 9. Subtracted from 10, that leaves a result from 1 to 10. A 0 replaces a 10, so, in all cases, a single check digit results. For example, the ISBN 13 check digit of 9780-306-40615 is calculated as follows. S equals 9 times 1 plus 7 times 3 plus 8 times 1 plus 0 times 3 plus 3 times 1 plus 0 times 3 plus 6 times 1 plus 4 times 3 plus 0 times 1 plus 6 times 3 plus 1 times 1 plus 5 times 3 equals 9 plus 21 plus 8 plus 0 plus 3 plus 0 plus 6 plus 12 plus 0 plus 18 plus 1 plus 15 equals 93 and 93/10 equals 9. Remainder 3, 103 equals 7. Thus, the check digit is 7, and the complete sequence is ISBN 978-0306-40615-7. Formally, the ISBN 13 check digit calculation is. This check system, similar to the UPC check digit formula, does not catch all errors of adjacent digit transposition. Specifically, if the difference between two adjacent digits is 5, the check digit will not catch their transposition. For instance, the above example allows this situation with the 6 followed by a 1. The correct order contributes 3 times 6 plus 1 times 1 equals 19 to the sum, while, if the digits are transposed, the contribution of those two digits will be 3 times 1 plus 1 times 6 equals 9. However, 19 and 9 are congruent modulo 10, and so produce the same final result. Both ISBNs will have a check digit of 7. The ISBN 10 formula uses the prime modulus 11, which avoids this blind spot, but requires more than the digits 0 to 9 to express the check digit. Additionally, if the sum of the second, fourth, sixth, eighth, 10th, and 12th digits is tripled then added to the remaining digits, the total will always be divisible by 10. ISBN 10 to ISBN 13 conversion. The conversion is quite simple, as one only needs to prefix 978 to the existing number and calculate the new checksum using the ISBN 13 algorithm. Errors in usage. Publishers and libraries have varied policies about the use of the ISBN check digit. Publishers sometimes fail to check the correspondence of a book title and its ISBN before publishing it. That failure causes book identification problems for libraries, booksellers, and readers. For example, ISBN 0-590-76484-5 is shared by two books: Ninja Gaiden Registered Sign, a novel based on the best-selling game by Tecmo, and Wacky Laws, both published by Scholastic. Most libraries and booksellers display the book record for an invalid ISBN issued by the publisher. The Library of Congress catalog contains books published with invalid ISBNs, which it usually tags with the phrase "cancelled ISBN." However, book ordering systems such as Amazon.com will not search for a book if an invalid ISBN is entered to its search engine. OCLC often indexes by invalid ISBNs if the book is indexed in that way by a member library. EISBN only. The term ISBN should be used. The terms EISBN and EISBN have historically been sources of confusion and should be avoided. If a book exists in one or more digital formats, each of those formats must have its own ISBN. In other words, each of the three separate EPUB, Amazon Kindle, and PDF formats of a particular book will have its own specific ISBN. They should not share the ISBN of the paper version, and there is no generic EISBN, which encompasses all the ebook formats for a title.